I didn't want to come. It's only these people that said I should come. Abraham! How are you? I like your badge. Show up your muscle. Okay. Father, we appreciate you. Thank you for bringing. Pray that few hours, few minutes we're going to spend together in the Word and learning one or two things. Grant us understanding in the name of Jesus. Let your name be praised. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I intend to say one or two things concerning knowing the will of God in marriage. Many of you may think it's unnecessary, that you are too young to hear something like this. Whereas some of you already know, said, I know it all, I've heard this before. And I just wanted to let you know that this is the best, this is one of the decisions that you can transform your life for good or otherwise, depending on how seriously you are about concerning it. You will notice, sadly enough, that recently, like within a week or two, one of the priests in the States was defrocked. That is, they removed all the priesthood, something from him, and probably some of them are going to go to jail. After serving the Lord faithfully for many, many years, and one way or the other along the line, they messed up. We are not to stand in judgments concerning them, but that's to tell you how serious this thing can be when you make a mistake. And majority of people that made the mistake in their first choice, it takes them more than 10 years to press the restart button. 10 years. I know a lot of people that have just gone the wrong way, and it brings setback to them. 10 years. Some people even 20. If you don't make the right choice initially. So that's why it's very, 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 very important. Very, 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 very important. Because your degree, your diploma, your certificate, whatever, will expire after you reach the age of retirement. It won't be good for anything. But when you enter into marriage, it's forever until you die. In fact, after you're dead, your children left behind and all the grandchildren, they will still be talking about how serious you are, how successful you are in the area of marriage, or how unfortunately you are. So that's why it's very, very important. But unfortunately, when it comes to this issue, you just make up your mind within a year or two and said, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. And nobody can say, do it this way, that way. You make the decisions within 2 years, and there's the possibility that one make wrong one, and mess up the whole thing, whole scenario. So that's why I always talk about issue of knowing the will of God in marriage. Okay, marriage. I will say one or two things, then I will throw it open. You can ask questions. Marriage is a union of a man and a woman. That's just it. Marriage is the union of a man and a woman as husband and wife. That's the bottom line, and it's the foundation for everything, for a home, for government, for the family, for the nation. Any nation that doesn't go with that definition is heading for problem. They may make a constitution that one is wrong, but if they make it a constitution and all of them takes other route and say they don't want to follow this, you will notice that there won't be any reproduction in that country. There won't be any reproduction in that family. And when there's no reproduction, it's a matter of 1 or 2 generations, that nation will fade away from the planet of that if they don't follow this. Constitution may say anything, but they don't follow the laid up traditional way of a man and a woman living as husband and wife. That family will go to an extinction. And that's the sense in it. And as we know, the origin of marriage was instituted by God. It's the oldest institution, the oldest one. And God was the one that joined them together. As older than the church, and God initiated it. And when Christ came, is at the announcement of his ministry, public ministry, started at the wedding. When his mother, earthly mother, the person that carried him in the womb, not necessarily conceived him, told them and said, whatever he tells you, you have to do it. This man is this boy is my creator. You know, I happen to be the carrier of a womb, carrier in my womb. So whatever he tells you, you do it. And he said, one of the pastors said, woman, what do I have to do with you? Why? It's not my time yet. As a creator, he speaks to his mom as a human being. Woman, what do I have to do with you? By the time my hour has not yet come. In human power, we can do nothing. It's only through God's power that we can do all things. So, marriage was instituted by God. He said it's not good for a man to be alone in Genesis 2:18. Genesis 2:18, it's not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper, compared to him. That is, somebody that will be able to think and reason and discuss. Adam was able to talk and discuss with animals and reason things out and fellowship together. They don't have that intelligence. They don't have that interaction. They don't have that communication. They don't have, you know, and Adam will be saying his language, but animals can't understand. And they can't communicate. So he needs somebody that has intelligence, somebody that has brain, somebody that is, you know, like him. And God decided and said, I'm going to make you a woman. And it took a rib, not 2, not 3, to make one. You know, and some today, instead of putting that rib, find out one rib and put it there, they will go and look for 3, 4, 5 rib to fix one rib that has been breaking. And that's, you know, that's a trouble. When you are trying to replace 3, 4, 5, 6 with just one, I mean, 1 with 3. So that's the problem. Look. And when Adam saw in Genesis 2:23, Genesis 23 said, indeed, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called a woman, because she was taken out of man, out of me. Genesis 2:23. So you need to look for the right spare part. Well, let me use that word. If you are using trailer parts to fix BMW or to fix ordinary car, that's a problem. So you need to pray, God, what is your choice? What is your will for me? And in that case, the father, and that is in Genesis 2:24. A man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife. You must leave your father and mother. That's what's going to happen. You must leave your father and mother and make your own home. As I was thinking about this meeting this afternoon, it came to my mind that some people that I started this kind of group together, way back, they are some of them now are grandpa. Just look back and say, wow, these people are grandpa. People that when I first started ministry, that we are doing this, we are together like this, they are grandma. I said, God, you are also, they are wonderful. What a wonderful opportunity to still continue teaching and doing what I was doing way back since 1985, 1984. I said, God, you are wonderful. And it works. If you listen, if you follow the right pattern, it works. You will enjoy it. You also have seen most recent ones. Talk less of the other ones that are way that you do. If you think in your brain and make the right choice, and that is why you are not allowed to have girlfriend and boyfriend if you are not ready to marry. Why? Because these boys are different. If you begin to try them, they are different in character, in attitude, in whatever they do. And these ladies, they are different. If you say, I want to try this one, I want to experience how, I just want to know how to relate with the lady. I just want to know, I want to test, I want to try it. There's no trial in marriage. That's the funny part of it. There's no trial, because every one of them have got different particularities that they are not the same. It's just truth. You'll be so surprised. And even by doing that, you go what I call marriage and divorce experience. Today you go with this, oh, my love, my sugar, my honey. Tomorrow, oh, she broke my heart. And then she starts over again. You get over it, you go and meet another one. Oh, she broke my heart. And that before your heart break into pieces. So there's no particular, you can't try, if you are not ready to marry, you don't even start it. But if you are ready to marry in 3 years, you are ready to marry in 2 years, in 4 years, more than 3 years, then you can start and be praying and be looking for somebody that have interest in you, that you want to spend the rest of your life together with. Because you know what? Your parents, will be out of your life. 90% out of your life. So you're going to be on your own with him or with that. 90% will wave to you. You wave to us. Bye-bye. You are going to be on your own. So that's why it's very, very important to think through before. So you are going to leave your parents. You are going to leave your parents. You are going to leave your parents. That's why before you even embark on it, you must make sure that you are financially okay. You will not be asking for €1, €10, €15 top up. You must emotionally okay. That is, you must be bold, you must be courageous, encourage yourself. Challenges will come. You must be emotionally mature. No, it's not for babies. And you must be physically mature. So, because when she carry baby, she must not look like a toddler carrying baby in the tummy, or it's a 30-year-old carrying baby or 11-year-old. You must be physically mature, financially mature, physically mature, emotionally mature, and you must be spiritually mature, because devil is going to attack, and he's so determined to make sure that he brings believers down. This word we hear in is a word of warfare. If we attack physically, if we attack spiritually, your mental state will be attacked. Because we know what? You make sure that you're thinking, when you see another lady, you'll be thinking about her. And you will have sleepless nights. You'll be having some sleepless nights concerning her. But if you are an overcomer and you see this is the strategy of the devil, now you'll be able to deal with it. So you must be spiritually mature. Financially, you will be tempted to be buying. There's a demon behind buying. Anytime you have €1,000 like this, you want to buy. You just want to make sure that you spend it. So that is financial attack from the demon. So you'll be living on your wants instead of what you need. And if you don't know how to resist the devil and say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I cast you out. Get behind me. I am free. You'll just be struggling. As you are working, you'll be spending. You'll be in bad financial problems. So it must be spiritually, mature. It's very, very, very important. It's a lot of job to get married. It's a lot of job. It's not a child play. So you leave your father and mother. And the God desires that people marry within the body of believers. You must marry the only criteria that God requires from you is that you must marry a believer. A believer is somebody who has confessed Christ as Lord and Savior. It may come from any tribe, it may come from anything, it may be tall or short, or beautiful or not beautiful. You know, those are secondary. The most important thing is that that person must be a Christian. And it's not for anybody to tell you that this one is a Christian, marry him. Or that one is a Christian, marry her. You are going to do your homework to confirm that, to establish that this person I am about to go to a relationship with is a Christian, or she's a Christian. Why is that important? God says that person must be a Christian. Even in Israel, before the New Testament, it was mandatory for them that they mustn't marry outside their tribe. That they mustn't marry outside their tribe. They must marry within their own people. They must marry. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3. Deuteronomy 7:3. Yes, 7:3 to 4. Initially, the Israelites were to marry within their own people. Yes, if you find, you can read. 7:3. Yeah. Do not give your daughter to their son, nor take their daughter for your son.
For they will turn to your son. They will turn your son to you and follow me.
Yeah.
And the Lord's anger will burn against you and will quickly destroy you.
Go. When you marry somebody that is not a believer, that person will turn your heart against God. And it happened among the Israelites. You know, come and worship my God. Go and worship my God. You must not. And as even in the New Testament now, 2 Corinthians 6:14. 2 Corinthians 6:14. It must be a believer. And Shegun, I'm not the one that tells you that somebody is a believer. You are the one going to do that job to find out, to establish it, that this person is a believer. Yes? 2 Corinthians 6:14. It is your job, it's your responsibility to do that. Don't let anybody suggest or pushing you to make that decision. It's yours. Prayerfully, you have to consider. Yes, 2 Corinthians 6:14.
Do not be yoked together with unbelievers.
Do not be yoked together with unbeliever.
For what righteousness or wickedness have with God?
Yes.
Or what fellowship can I have with darkness?
Don't be go to relationship with this kind with somebody who's unbeliever. Because light and darkness cannot be together. Yeah, she's listening. She's listening. You know, listen. I always say this, and people always laugh, that if you marry an unbeliever, devil is going to be your father-in-law. Seriously. And if your wife or your husband is taking instruction from the devil, you know that's a big trouble. His counselor is Satan. That's a big trouble. One is going to be in for. But if you do your homework, establish that this is a believer, as far as you can know, as you determine by the grace of God, you can confirm that this one knows the Lord. That is it. You are in a new life. You will. So if you have any challenges, you can go to your father and say, God, here we are your children. We have this issue, we want to resolve issue. Please help us to resolve it. And if she has a problem with you, our father, see your son is not behaving. You can go and say, oh, see your daughter. And God has a way of go and touch that at the individual. Very, very important. So it must be a believer. It must be someone that knows the Lord and serve the Lord. And in the olden days, people choose for their daughters, for their son. But today, you need to do that on your own. You have to do that on your own. Even in the olden days, they still ask the lady, will you go with this man? Genesis 24:58. We are still going to ask questions. I just want to establish this point first. Genesis 24:58. We're asking Rebecca, will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. Genesis 24:58. Will you go? So, yeah, I will go. I'll go and meet I'll go and meet Isaac. Isaac that she hasn't met before, but she decided, I say, I will go. I'll go and meet, I'll go by faith. So there's no arranging marriage for you guys. You have to do it yourself. You have to look for the person and then do your homework, do your assignments, just the way you spend hours in writing those assignments in school, 10 pages, 15 pages, 100 pages. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I always advise people that you shouldn't marry a stranger. Never marry a stranger. Marry your friend, somebody that at least, you spend time with. I mean, you know a little bit about him or her. Don't marry a stranger. Don't marry a stranger. And when you know a stranger, and in fact, your parents told you when you were in kindergarten or primary school, and they said, don't even talk to strangers. Why you will go and marry a stranger? When you grew up being told that don't talk to strangers. You don't enter into this kind of union relationship with a stranger. So, absolutely important that you do this. In the olden days, love began at marriage. In the olden days. But today, you have to do your assignment and prayerfully make up your mind and say, this is the person, the bone of my bone. Don't let any pastor choose for you. Don't let your parents choose for you. Carry them along. When you find somebody that you are interested in, or you want to be going out with, just inform your parents. I'm interested in so and so. I'm looking at the possibility of spending the rest of my life with her. Please join me in prayer. What kind of input do you have concerning that? Listen to them. Let them give you inputs. They've been here in this world for long. And then listen, calm down, listen, and consider their opinion. So their suggestions before you go deep. Okay? And begin to tell your parents what kind of marriage you want, what kind of wedding day you want. How elaborate you want it to be, or how, what? How what? Discreet. That's the word you use? Yeah, that's a big word. Discreet. That's a good one. That's a I say, yeah. I don't know how economical you want to be. Some people, they want to make it, I want it big. This is once in a lifetime. I want to do it big. Someone say, I don't want noise. I just want to enjoy myself with my wife. I don't want noise, so I just want a good time. After wedding day, there's still time for marriage, so I'm not going to go into lavish. Like the one we went to today, they did everything the same day. The engagement in the morning, the wedding in the afternoon, and there's something at night. It can be so tiring, but they put others into consideration that people are traveling from distance, and why can't you rent the hall for the whole day? Rent the hall and pay the same amount of money. And why do you have to do it at weekends? Weekend is twice as much expensive. Let's do it on Friday or Thursday, and save half of the money. Instead of spending 8,000, we spend 4,000. Let's do everything and everybody go and relax and have time for themselves. And we too, we can be free. And people like to copy. They want to copy and copy and copy. I'm telling you, the first ring you're going to get, after like 2 years, it will either be too small or too big. And you've spent like 3,000 on it. That's why I don't wear my ring anymore, because it's too small now, it's too tight. And that's like my third one. And the one that is at home is expensive. The one that's because when we bought when we wanted to marry, when we first got married, probably like maybe $50 those days. We have some people that they have to borrow ring for wedding. They have to buy something, just put it in there. Because after like a year or two, that ring is gonna be too small or too big or too big. So there's no point. Anyway, you need to make your You could do your homework. And one of the things that is very, very important in marriage is that there's no sex before marriage. Don't allow anything, temptation. Don't put yourself in a corner, temptation area for sex. You can't practice before that day. No practice. You can't practice. That's the joy of it. You have to wait until that day. And let me tell you this thing. There's possible, if you allow him to touch you, there's a 95% chance that he's not going to marry you. And guys, they will just be doing, I don't care. Usually, ladies always lose. There's 95% chance that he's not going to marry you. If he can't wait, let him go. Love must be patient. So that's why you mustn't just useless yourself. Although today we see a lot of things going on in the community, but as Christians, you don't allow that. Don't allow. It's your dignity, it's your pride. Don't allow it. Don't just say no. If you can't wait, then that means that's to tell you that he's not a Christian. That is number one chance or signal that this person is not a Christian. If he's asking for sex. That's number one thing. And anything, don't put yourself in an awkward situation because you may not even intend to do anything like that. But because you put yourself in a tempting situation, and before you know it, you're going to do it. And the guilt will be there. I'll tell people, I said, if you know that you cannot wait, why can't you just go ahead and get married? That's what the Bible says. Just go ahead. And you live your life, and live your life together. But don't marry because of sex. Because you'll be surprised. Number one problem in marriage, are you listening? Number one on the top of the list is sex. After you have married. Why? The lady may not like it, and the guy may like it, and the guy may not like it, but the lady may like it. All the 90% of quarreling we are settling in the marriage is issue of sex. So it's not all about that. So put your mind away from you and say, when I get married, I will get satisfied, I will enjoy myself. La la. La la la. Allah. If you see your parents fighting, the first thing that happens is if you are bold enough, ask your mom. I say, Mom, is it because daddy will not? They will be shocked if you ask them, if you are bold enough to ask, they will be shocked. 90% of quarrel we settle is start from there. Mom, why are you angry with mom, dad? Anyway. So don't put your mind at ease, yo. Don't put your mind. If you are lucky, if you are so blessed now that both of you be compatible, and it's rare. Based on my experience with counseling and dealing with people, it's very rare. At the end of the day, maybe when they are 40, when they are 60, 70, 80, you won't hear about issue anymore. But when they start at 30, majority of the quarrel you'll be settling is that 30, 40. So by 40 something, they begin to get over it. Both of them begin to understand because through the help of the counselor and ministers and everything, they get to know it and then they begin to live their life forever after. That time they're mature, they know that this is for real. This is the kind of thing they may say, the kids are still sleeping, the kids are still washing, I'm tired, I am this, I don't have time for this, I want to make money, I'm not for this, different kind of things. So be careful. You don't marry because of sex. God will help you.
Amen.
I said the Lord will help you.
Amen.
And when you are after getting married, there's no room for divorce. Because one thing, God hates divorce. That's what he said. He said, I hate divorce. See? He disliked divorce. In the beginning, he created male and female. Matthew 19:4-6. Matthew 19:4-6. So then they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one put us under. Verse 6, 19:6. Matthew 19:6. What God has put together, it can't go asunder. In fact, if you break that relationship, you pay for it until you die. Because your mind will be what? Nugging you, and you will always be thinking every week, at least once a week, you must remember that first relationship. If children happen to be involved, you are in for trouble. On the day of their graduation, you have to go. On the day of their wedding, you have to be there. On the day of the grandparents, you have to be there. So your life will be chaotic. Yours will not be chaotic in the name of Jesus. Amen. But that is the picture I'm painting for you. And it can be so sad because you'll be having divided loyalty. The husband you have now is your present husband. The one that the children join you together, trouble new. It takes the grace of God. It takes everybody have to just put a bold face on the day of wedding. My bold face ni everybody joko ti yawo eni. On the day of graduation, when the grandchildren are playing, it's a very challenging thing. So please, no divorce. So that's why you need to do all these things. You need to do your homework before, and God is telling us these things so that we know. Not because God wants to marry all those ladies, so that we can live a good life. When God says light and darkness, it's not that God wants to get anything from it. It's because of you. It's because of your future. God loves you so much. 1 Corinthians 7:14. So you can't live, even if you are married, if you happen to marry an unbeliever, you can't live him or leave her. You have to endure. If you made a mistake, you have to endure. And marriage is not to be endured, it's to be enjoyed. But because people don't take it with kind of I don't care attitude, and he said 1 Corinthians 7:14, yes.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Yeah. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the what? Unbelieving wife
is sanctified
by the husband. Otherwise,
else where your
children will be unclean. Yeah.
But now are they holy.
So when you are together, you so that by the grace of God, at least your children one of you will lead them to Christ. And you know one thing about children, about this thing is that children, they're just innocent. They are products of two unfaithful people. So, and you children be caught in between. And if that child doesn't take care of himself or herself, that thing can affect him for life. Are you with me? Yes. Oh yes. If that guy doesn't say, I will make my case be different, or I won't let this thing affect me, it can affect that that son or daughter. So it's very, very important. So, and it's very, very important to pray, to fast, to ask God, what is your plan for my life? This is an important decision, and a very, very important decision in my life. More important than your career, more important than your project, more important than your wisdom. This is very, very important thing. And I pray God will guide you. Amen. And don't mess up. If you don't be involved in boyfriend girlfriend attitude. Because if you are involved in boyfriend girlfriend attitude, you'll be a wounded lion going around, wounded in the heart, unseen. Nobody will see it, but we know that you are going through stuff in your mind. But when you are ready, you will enjoy it. If you do your homework and plan and pray and ask God and ask for counsel, you will enjoy it. And let me give you a practical example. When somebody you want to marry, you talk to him or you talk to her, say, I love you, let's think and pray about it. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Go and pray. Give him or her the opportunity to go and pray. This is the way I'm looking at you. I love you. But I want to go. Peter, I want to go and pray about it. So when you pray about it, are you getting me? When give that person the freedom to go and pray about it, so that you will force your own, love on him, on her. I love you, I love you. No. Go and pray about it. And if you said she's not interested, don't kill yourself. Are you getting me? Let me see that. Let me see that. Listen, because the first person you're going to meet may not be the first person you're going to marry. Don't let anybody damage your ego or your personality. You say, I just never thought you are not my type. You're not my type. Are you getting me? Say thank you, fine, thank you. That's okay. Don't take it personal. Don't take it and say, only me will come me. No. Are you listening? Say fine. As I'm sitting down here, when I was ready for marriage, I went to the first person. He said no. Yeah. I went to the second one. The first one said she can't even marry a pastor, so she won't. She's not going to pray. She's not going to pray at all. I'm not going to pray about it at all. I went to another one. She said, "Oh, I thought you were inviting me for a program for revival." I went to the third one. Yes. Listen. It's good. There's some people that are interested in me, but I wasn't interested in them. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Because I will know what I'm praying. I know the kind of person I'm looking for. I was praying. God, just guide me. It's better for people to tell you that no, they are not ready, because you have prayed. When they see you, they know that you are not their time, so they won't waste your time at all. Okay? Not until like fourth one that prayed for almost who knows when before she decided, and I thank God for that decision. That people could, I still see one or two of those ladies today that said no. You understand? And I thank God that they didn't marry me, because they were not meant for me. I know both of them, they were Christians. They were, one of them is an evangelist in Lagos, Agbalatra, Lagos. One of them is, another one is, she's happily married. Honestly, it's good that you do your homework. I think you have to up those things. It's good that people tell you that. So don't feel anyhow that, oh, you are rejected. No, you are not rejected. It's your prayer you have prayed before you go to them. And you only show interest in just one person at a time. Wait until when that one is done. That said, after you have prayed for 3 months or so, and she realizes that you are not compatible or something is wrong, that you're studying yourself. Bye-bye. So, but the first thing you have to do after doing that is you have to bring him to your pastor, or bring her to your pastor, so that the pastor can tell her or tell him everything he knows about you to him, if he's ready for this. Are you getting me? And then you take him or her to his pastor and ask his pastor, because we pastor, we know a lot of things. We have a lot of information, and we have to say it right in front of both of them. This is what I know about Eddie. This is what since they're almost 6 years I've known him. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. Every good thing I know about you, I'll tell him. I'll tell her. And everything that is not good, I'll tell her. Okay? So don't be surprised when you bring anybody to me. I'm going to say what I know as a pastor. Because if I don't say it, I'm not going to. By saying it out, we help you in your journey or your decision. If you are a very angry person, that's, I will say, okay, there was a day he started, he was so angry that he knocked the head of his brother, but it's just that's one time in 6 years I've known him. So that person will know that if he, and if someone that is just messing around, goofy around, I will tell her. So it's up to you to go and decide. I will counsel you. There's a way for improvement. There's a, if you are a big spender, I will say this one, every latest she's a model, I would, so don't be surprised. That is, you'll bring him or her to your pastor, and your pastor will follow. And it doesn't mean that because you brought somebody to me as your pastor or somebody else, doesn't mean that you automatically you're stuck with her. No. Not until the day you put a ring in one another has hand. So you are free to let go. You're free. Because you have to do your homework. Because when you wanted to go to college, you didn't apply to just one college. How many did you apply to? Was CU? So, and not all the courses.
Different levels.
So, Oyin, your question. Yes, comments, question. Hallelujah. Yes.
My first question is basically on hearing the voice of God as to who to marry. So I have a friend back then, he's a spirit-filled brother, right? Yeah. When he was serving, he told me, we have this conversation. So he told me that God told him like this 1 year, he's going to get his wife. The bone of his bone and the rib of his rib.
Yeah.
And I was actually hoping and praying along with the guy to hear the good news. Yeah. So after I waited for a whole 1 year. Yeah. So after the 1 year, I asked him, brother, how far? So who's the lucky one? He said, unfortunately, you can't find anyone. But I was like, but you told me that God told you that within this 1 year, find the bone of the bone. So what happened? Yeah. So along the line, he couldn't give me an answer. Yeah. So I was like, because naturally, I never believed in God telling somebody that this is the person. I've never really believed in that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I was like, so that leads to my question: does God really speak to people as in this lady you marry and this is it, or probably this is the year and something like that? Does God really speak to people? And my second question still goes back to that same brother. He's actually a spirit-filled brother. So he after the service he went back to Lagos and he was doing he was into a business, right? So he met his sister. Okay, they met in a conference, a Christian conference. Yeah. So he made the move and they exchanged contacts and everything. So he listed me about it and I was like, okay, that was fine. So I asked him, so what's the last saying about this? He said, this is the last poster. Our brother has confirmed it. This is spirit brother, sincerely. The brother has confirmed that this is the last poster and everything. So along the line, he was discussing with the lady and they were both getting to know each other. And while he was trying to tell the lady his vision, his plan, his purpose in life, because he's into missions. Yeah. He's like a missionary, so he's into missions. So he discovered that the lady is not just interested in someone that is into missions, someone that wants to be a pastor and everything. And along the line, there was the connection broke. Yeah. So I was like, asking the brother again, But you told me this is the last question. So that's the go back to my question. Does God really speak to people regarding choice of marriage?
Yeah. Well, my answer to that is that you know how God deal with you. You know how God speak to you. And God speaks to people in various ways. In the book of Hebrews that we read today, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. You know, in those days, God speaks to our people, our fathers in dream, vision, and this and that. But today, He has speaks to us through His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. You know how God talks to you. Now, do God have to choose for you the person they're going to marry? I don't believe that. The choice is yours. You have to, because the first one that God gave to Adam. What did He say? The woman you gave me, the woman you gave me made me go to eat it, made me sin. And God says, that day you're gonna choose for yourself. Go and look. All of you, you are my children, you are my creature. So you go and do that homework. And then after you have done your homework, walk with me. Begin to ask me. I'll guide you. Are you listening to me? Because you are a Christian, all of you are Christians. But out of those Christians, go and pray. Go and pray. And plan. And get to know each other. If you know you're not compatible along the line, that's why the time for courtship is there. You know, or dating or proposing is there. You know that something is wrong and you don't see yourself spending 70 years with this young lady. 70 years is a long time. 70 years is a long time. So, and some people are so immature in their spiritual journey. You think they are mature, but they are not mature. They just go on emotion. They call it infatuation. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm going to die. You can't die. You can't die. If push come to push, you won't die. You will live. So, but because of the emotion, because of the spirit gym, call it Nigeria, spirit gym, yes, but you get here, the road. So you need knowledge. Just like drivers in Nigeria, Nigerian drivers, they have been driving for the past 20 years, but when they come and do traffic tests here, they will fail. Why? Because they thought it's really, call a lot of me, dog, that's driving. You come and try it. I know when you go back to Nigeria now, you'll be able to drive in Nigeria. Because you'll be so scared. But yay! This is the accident that is meant to happen. Because they don't have the sense of driving. And they think they are the best. So the same thing in Christianity. Some people, they just do not calm down, learn all these things, be mature, look at future, think in your brain that you're going to spend the rest 70 years with this young man, and you're going to get old together. So, the idea is that every Christian is a potential person for you to marry. Because they are all born by this. You have the same father, Jesus Christ. But that doesn't mean that you should marry every Christian. You will know the bone of your bone, the flesh of your flesh that's compatible. So that's the way it comes from. And this is the way we're talking about it now. And don't choose 2, 3 at the same time. Just one at a time. Pray about it. Ask questions. Study the person. Ask people. Don't just jump. And God will help you. Yes.
It's like contributions to a question about about God choosing for someone. I think most people, the question is wrong. The way they put it, that God's choosing for me, God's choosing for you. I think it's about number one thing is carrying God along. Then God saying, oh yes, this is the person. Yes, this is not the person. No, this is not the person. Because if we are saying that God is choosing for you, that means that God also did that. Hey, God is so person in so location, so place, so time. And I think that's what they mean by God's choosing. But I think what what they are supposed to say is carry God along and making God aware about, oh, this person I want to marry. God, do you agree with it? God, do you not agree with it? I think that's the main thing.
That's way supposed to be.
Because I still believe that God chooses for people.
Okay.
But it's not in that context of God be so sister. Because okay, for example, when I was in Nigeria.
Sorry, before you go to your explanation, God will confirm to you that this is
confirmation.
Person.
Yeah.
But not that God will tell you to go to Blanchester. The first lady you met there that say hi, that say hi to you, must be your. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. I'm getting it, but in some cases, sir, it's different.
Sir,
in some cases, it's different. Everybody has different. I think everybody have different. The way they relate with God, everybody is different. The way God chooses your wife for you, is different from how God will choose for me. So from like what I'm saying now, in Nigeria, where I was in Nigeria, I was sitting in the sitting room, and someone came to my house.
And the Spirit of God said that is the one.
No. So the person was discussing with my dad about having a wife or something. So I just sat down, I said I didn't hear what they were saying. So my dad told him that he should go and pray about it. So when he prayed, he came back, he said he dreamt about the lady. That this was what happened. So he was standing in a far distance. So there is a rock on the floor. But underneath the rock is a big pit. So when the lady said she should start walking towards her. So the guy was about to walk, and suddenly like an angel just appeared to him and he removed that rock. And he saw that that's a big pit. Okay, my question now is it that God is telling that person that that's not the wife? Because you said God doesn't choose now. That's where I'm going. Is it that God is not choosing now? Because God thought that is the simple interpretation of that dream is that that's not the right person, that this is just infatuation, this is just wrong. But my question is it still that God doesn't choose for someone or God still chooses for someone?
Okay. Well, I want to answer you this way, and I'm going to take it completely out of it.
Okay.
In the sense that dreams can be very deceptive. You can be deceived by dream. Are you getting me? So don't base your decision on the dream. Base your decision on the whole context of the Word of God. Are you listening to me? Even if you see that person in a dream, but if it's not in line with the Word of God, assuming that you saw that person in your dream, and on waking up, you notice that this lady, or this man, this young man, is an alcohol, or is he has the spirit of, you discover, because you will know, character is like a smoke. You can't cover it for a long time. If that one is, if the lifestyle is not in accordance with Scripture, nullify the dream. Are you getting me? Yeah. Because one thing, subconsciously, when somebody, you'll be dreaming about him. It's called psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis. There will be, subconsciously, you develop kind of things even when you are asleep. There are a lot of books on dreams and vision that we have. I forget the name now. Erickson on dream. There's people, they have done a lot of experiments about dream. There's some things that we say we dream about that is just our subconscious mind working while we are asleep and taking us to travel here and there. So that's number one. Number two, when you know God, the way God has been dealing with you, if it's consistent, you have been tested and in the small minute thing, when God speaks to you, you will know. I, as a person, I won't tell you that this is the way God should talk to you or the way you talk to God. God is your father. God is what? God is what? What's your name? What's his name at the back? Demola. God is your father. I am not going to tell you this way you should talk to God or the way God should talk to you. You know, consistently over small things, as if God, I'm going to Blanche now. God, guide me, lead me, and I want, as soon as I get to the bus, without even checking your something, let the bus they be there. And God said, yes, I grant that request. Or the boss, your phone is telling you that the bus is going to be around in 10 minutes, but you said, I'm going there, I must meet one. And God, you know, in a mighty way, God perform miracles. God is a wonderful God. So all those small things, you have tested and tried it. So when it comes to a big thing, it won't be a surprise. It won't be a new thing that you just put into something. You know how God talks to you when you are doing your course, when you're doing your exam, when you're reading for exam. You say, God, lead me into this way I'm going to read. Just guide me. And God has a way of guiding you. Maybe through dreams or through your audible voice or through trance or through vision. No. And you know, so you are comfortable with the way God talks, isn't it? But you don't begin to try new method when it comes to big things like this decision. I can't tell you how God will talk to you. You know how God talks to you. You know how you work with God. Okay? Please begin to develop that interest. Small things. Begin to study yourself. The problem with us, many people, they don't study themselves. They don't know how God talks to them. They don't know how to talk to God until they begin hiring somebody to come and pray for them. You don't need anybody to hire. You need to hire. But it's very important. Yes.
Sorry, sir. What to say that?
She wants to talk after me.
Yeah, I know. I want to ask this question. You know, when you like someone, when you love someone, you know, I think it's always difficult to pray. When you love someone, like I already have someone in my heart that I love. Now I want to pray that God is still right for me. How will I do it? Because you know, number one, I'm already in love with that person.
Yeah.
And everything is in my mind already.
Yes.
My mind is already just there. That I'm just trying to. This is very tricky. I'm just trying to. Okay, let me ensure that God is with me in this relationship.
Yes.
So, I want to give an example.
There's nothing wrong with that too.
Sir, so my question is, how do we manage that situation?
Yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Listen to me. That's a very, very important question. If you have somebody that you really, really love, are you listening? Somebody that you really, really love, and you know that even you can't pray now, you can confine your mind. So what you need to do, listen to me, what you need to do is that you take that person to your pastor, and then the pastor will download some things for you. And you also in your presence. Are you listening?
Okay, sir.
So then you go to the parents, you go to the brothers. They may download some information for you, and you wait. It was a thing that you say, well, this is, this is this. I can still handle this. You understand? I can still handle this. Oh, I cannot handle this. For example, if you really love somebody from distance, or you have made up your mind, this one is good, and this, and you go to the doctor, and they said, if you marry, both of you have sickle cell. You can still go ahead and that your blood type is not compatible. You can still go ahead and marry, but that means you're not going to have children. And if you love that person to that level, there's no bad in it. But you know that you are not going to have children in this relationship because you love this person. But doctor now is telling you that your blood is not compatible. So that is the first test of your love. Okay, I say, I love him or I love her to that level of say, I don't care. We are going to marry. Doctor has told us that our blood is not compatible. Do you agree that you're not going to have children? Because that's a reality check. You don't want to bring somebody that will be, being pain into the house. You getting me?
Yes.
So, though you may not want to pray, but that is one of the things that will test that love. Are you getting me? And you can say we're going to marry, we are believing God that in the next 2 years, they will find cure for sickle cell. And we are believing God for that. You know. So, that is the way. So, you get some information that will make you pray and think twice. Or, you go and meet that person and he said, listen, Mr. Man, I know you love me, I love you. I am not ready to be a housewife. I only want to have one child. Because I got this, I want to be useful for the other, I don't know. I want to be useful for other nation, isn't it? So it's going to be a very good thing to think about. Yes.
You do. So my question is basically like you said that we shouldn't start dating until like you're ready for marriage, like 2 or 3 years before. But at the same time, you don't want to marry like the first person you see because that person might not be right for you. And I feel like most divorces usually happen because people marry someone that like they're not happy with. So I feel like, is it possible to know someone's true intentions? Because like you see friendships that you've had for 10 years and you still learn something new about them every day. So is it actually like over the space of 2-3 years, seeing what you want, is it possible to know someone's true intentions between the years of 2 or 3 years before marriage?
Absolutely. You know, that's why I always say, I always advise people, please, do, if it's your ability and capability and your plan, don't marry a stranger, just a stranger. You know, you try to pray and say, God, out of my friends that I've known, I've spent time with, you know, going to the same secondary school or going to the same college and not having anything in mind at that time, but you're able to know. You know the kind of temperament that Moses have. I'm just using Moses for example. You know, you study him, you know him, you see him display, and then, you know, if you are saying, God, whatever is in your plan for me, out of these guys that we've been working, we've been friends for 6 years, and God will show you, God will guide you. Are you listening to me? But seeing somebody on Facebook or seeing somebody on what do you call it, cat and fish, or fish and cat, catfish, I mean, like, what do you call it? So I said because of that, you know, there's a program they call catfish or fish cat, catfish, and then you'll be talking to that person, a visible person, and then you discover that, oh, are you the one? Seriously? So, but you know, you begin to pray, and you don't start praying on this when it's like 3 years before you're getting married. You'll be praying now, even in your mind, God, my plan is that at 26 I want to get married. Let your will be done. I'm waiting, I'm praying, I'm listening to the Holy Spirit. God guide me. I'm not in a hurry, but I just want your will to be done when it comes to this. So you'll be praying, and your parents will be praying along with you. You understand? So, yeah. Yes.
I have like, I think 2 or 3 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is that, does it matter the years that you know each other before getting married? Because you're saying 2-3 years or something. So are you saying, for example, if they meet each other within 6 months and they feel like they know each other and they feel like they know each other well enough? So is it like some people might only know each other for 6 months and they know everything that they need to know. Yeah, some people 3 years, they still don't know their spouse. So I just wanted to know, does it matter the years?
Well, that's a very good question. There's some people that you know for 6 years that you know them from distance. Maybe that person is in London and you are here. 6 years is equivalent to 1 year of knowing somebody that is in the same environment with you, isn't it? So the quality of time, the quality of knowing, you are the one that's going to do that job yourself. If you feel that you know that person well, and that person knows you, and maturity even comes to it, especially those adults that just get remarried or getting married. You don't have to wait for 1 year, 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, because they have a way of knowing each other quick like that, and then based on their experience and everything. But for the younger ones, sometimes you think, oh, I'm smart, I'm so smart. When you 5 years ago, you thought you were smart, isn't it? But now you know how stupid. You were thinking, what is that I was thinking in my brain doing that? You know, but then you go, you know, when you are Sacred Heart, you think, you know everything. You are on top of the world. You know, you think you know everything. But now you know that they don't know anything. So you have to determine that. And as I said too, there's no way every day you get to learn more even after getting married. Sometimes I just gaze at my mommy and just be looking at her, trying to study her and to, just gaze at her to just be conscious and see what, what I think she's thinking or what I think she likes or who, I want to know more about her. Understand? It's a lifelong journey that you need to be discovering every day. And you saw it there when they were doing not the Valentine, when they are doing quiz, that you are asking this question, asking that question, what color, your wife's favorite color, what is the size of her shoe, what's her favorite kind of food, and this and that, you all those things, although they are petty things, but it means a lot. That you don't know what my color, my favorite color, and those kind of things are very annoying. So quality time, and it's for you to do that. It's nobody else's business. It's you that need to determine that. Because some people are very good in articulating or studying people and get to know them and say, I'm okay with this. I'm okay 6 months. I'm okay. Don't be like Uncle Michael, who spent how many years? 10 years. 10. The one that got married today, I think they spent 5 years or 6 years. Yeah. 5 or 6 years. So, but when I think maximum of 3 years is good if you are ready. If you really do your homework and and you have good role model. You have good role model. Yeah. Second question.
The second one is, I asked this already in Bible study, but the youths were not around, so I'd just like you to explain a bit more. So, is kissing allowed?
Is kissing allowed?
Yeah.
And
Only kiss.
So when you are going out with somebody, is kissing allowed? And the response at the Bible study, and which I'm going to repeat again here, is that no. And the reason being that, how many mouths are you going to get water from before you got to get food? Abraham, how many people are you going to kiss before you even finalize and kiss someone? And let me tell you something, just in case listen to this, just in case you are not aware. But I want to ask, let me ask you this question. In a week, how many times do your mom kiss your dad? How many times? Real kiss. Okay. You think it's every day? In our family? No. Even to kiss, the real kiss that you guys kiss. Are you listening? The real kiss that you call kiss, that you put mouth in, not in the petty something. No, the real kiss maybe once in a month. Why? Because when was it? So that's the reason I ask you a question. You may think you are going to marry somebody that are going to be kissing, and the other person may not like it, and you are stuck with that idea. So it's when you are boyfriend girlfriend that you kiss, but after when you get married, nobody have time for, the only thing they will just give you a kiss here. That's what African call kiss. And you are not going to like it. You just think you're going to like it. You like it now. You are not going to like it unless you develop it and you try to convince yourself, convince the other person. And anything you do out of force is no more love. There's a freedom in love. That person, you must allow that person to be herself, to be yourself. It's what both of you enjoy that you're going to enjoy. So now, if you go into marriage or you are trying kissing, and the danger of it is that, it happens among boyfriends a lot, not even those who are really serious dating, is that you begin to go to extreme. Before you know it, you'll be putting your hand where your hand's supposed to be traveling to, and before you know it, you're going to be sleeping with each other. And that's it. And you are going to live with that guilt. And if it turns to unwanted pregnancy at that time, you are stuck with him, stuck with her. You didn't intend to marry. And listen to this one thing. Devil is so tricky. The day you get married, as soon as you get married today, next week, you will be somebody more beautiful, more handsome than you, and more loaded with cash. I'm telling you the truth. You will see. That's when you're going to see. Where were you when I was looking? It's too late. Devil knows the way he does things. So during counseling, we tell people and say, listen, you are getting married today. Next month, you are going to go out there. Your colleague at work has with raw cash, and with very good car, with good something more beautiful than your wife. That's devil temptation. And you can't go back. So you just say, no, I'm not going to look at that side. This is my wife. I'm not going to be tempted. God give me the grace. And be ready to say, ready to can afford anything, tickets, anywhere you want to go, spoil you, whatever. But because you just said I did to somebody, so you can't go that area. Shagun, what's on your mind?
That's too deep.
Sorry. What's on your mind? Leave me alone now. I'm the one talking to him. Any question?
My last one, Daddy, before
I think I'm still coming back to you, yes.
Yeah, so do you know the way we've been told that you have to take your time before you get married, you have to study the partner, study the person. So how do you cope with the pressure from, parents, from church members, from friends? And because I know a girl, I met her 2-3 weeks ago, and she was she got married at 25. And before she even got married, her mom has been praying and fasting, by fire, by force, you must get married, get married. And I was just is it really that deep? You can't really rush into something. And your parents are go to college, study, come out with good grades. Then you come out with good grades, and they expect after a year you should have a man or a woman in your life. So how do you cope with that pressure of, sometimes some of our mates comes to church, they're where's your girlfriend? Where's your boyfriend? I don't know, I think
it depends upon the parents, and again, that's why my advice to you is that you carry your parents along and say, when you get to that stage, I don't want anybody to pressurize me. I want, when it's time, I will let you know. You're going to be the first one to know. Don't wait until when they begin to put the pressure on you before you share that, information with them, and let them know where you're coming, where you're coming from. That what, I'll take my time. I'm praying. If it's tomorrow, it's fine. But if it's next year, I'm okay too. I'm praying, I'm seeking the will of God, and there's no crime. And don't feel embarrassed when people are asking you, when are you going to bring your wife? When are you going to bring your wife? When are you going to bring your wife? Tell them, look, listen. I will let you know. I am free. It's a matter of. But if you are just smiling and say, hey, don't worry, auntie, they will come back again. they will come back again with that's it, and when they're going to ask you, you'll be embarrassed. So you tell them when they have been joking and say, no, you call them aside. Listen, I'm going to let you know when I'm ready. I will invite you. And I'm still praying. Join me in prayer. Seriously, join me in prayer. Pray along with me. And I will let you know. I will be there. So let's have a meaningful and mature conversation with them. Although they may be saying it in a good, in a loving way, but call them aside and say, I will let you know when it's time. Join me in prayer, and there's no rush. Oh, but if we saw you with somebody said, you know what, I will let you know when it's time. Because I will let you know. I'll give you an official invitation. So just let them know, because at this stage we don't want people to pressure you to do things, or other way, or not to do things. Whatever you do, it's your life. It's your life. Okay. Parents can bring suggestions, they can bring somebody, they can give phone number, they can give a picture. So we just say thank you. Oh no, thank you so much. I will think about it, I'll pray about it. Yes. Niolua. Your mind. I know you are still married to your project, but what else? After project, what else? Oh, you need money.
Praise God. This question I know is not applicable to everybody. So I'm able to just me and Peter. Because you can be in that situation, that's what I'm saying. The right can tell you that's the truth.
Okay.
So my question is, okay, I asked someone, but the person believed that I really love her because of her passport.
Yeah.
How do I handle that?
Yes. That's very good. That's a very good question.
Laughing, but it's not applicable to you.
It's not applicable to you guys because you have it, and then you are safe and secure. Are you getting me? It's a very legitimate question. Listen. But you have to. One thing you have to know is that I always advise people not to marry because of passport. Are you getting me? Let the person know that you are not interested in passport. Ireland, US, America is not heaven, and you may end up not even stay there. Both of you can go to a country where you are going to start over again and get Australia to get their passport. And if you really marry for love, let's do it. If you want to, and again, if you marry me, are you ready to go back to wherever I want to go to? Are you going to make that sacrifice? Or it's because I'm not married because of passport. The danger of that is that time is coming when passport will mean nothing to you, because you'll be able to live anywhere in the world. There's some people that can't live in another place than Nigeria because they are so comfortable. They are so comfortable that they don't even see themselves coming to be in this cold weather. Are you getting me? So the person must realize that, you must establish that. No, the reason.
That's my question, sir. How do we establish that?
How to establish it? Let him know that. Are you ready to move to? For example, now, are you ready to move with me to Nigeria? Or if the passport, if things work out here, fine. As a matter of fact, I don't want to live. I don't want to even live here. I want to follow me to Nigeria. If you are so good, are you getting me? So if the other can make that sacrifice, because somebody has to make sacrifice. Somebody has to make sacrifice, and let that person know that, you know what, I have my PhD and what do you call it, letter of admission. I'm not marrying you because of your paper. I have a job for me as IBM. So I just love you, and there's nothing bad in that. If your spouse or to be said, don't worry, I want to fight for you. That's part of your entitlement too. Enjoy it is a package. For example, when we came here, we already had the Canadian passport, Canadian something. But when we came here, we have to start over again. So at that time, Abigail has a US passport. We were trying to get Canadian passport for her, because we were thinking that when she's an adult, she has to go through some things. But we didn't want to put her name in the package when we were doing the Canadian, because we thought we are not going to stay long in Canada. So you are okay with your US passport, we are okay with our Canadian, then we can go to anywhere in the world. But when we came here, all of us, we have to start Irish in something again. So it became a leveler. So it's not everything. So you need to establish that. And now the other question is that, is it okay to go and marry in Nigeria? That's another question I want to. Those already here. And my answer to you is this. Are you listening? It's okay, but you know that when you bring that person here, you have to train her or train him how to use some things in this, how to operate in this system. Okay? Are you listening? Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Bosun, you have to teach her time management, teach her, understand, train her, work with her on how to use the gadgets here, you know, the TV and everything and all those things. All those, you may be taking things for granted and think, oh, I know how to do this one quick. This one quick. Some people, I told them they wanted to go to Nigeria to go and marry. One of our pastors, I said, if you bring her here, I don't say you shouldn't go. I don't know the person you're going to go and marry, but it's a lot of work. You're going to bring her here. You have to train her the system, the way things work here, and that can be so hard. It can be so hard. So why can't you just instead of and the reason why some people don't want to go and marry Nigeria is because lady there, they are submissive. Yes, daddy. When they get here, they get their freedom. You don't know that they will not do that daddy for you. So yeah, it's a lot of work. There's nothing bad in it. If you find somebody over there that you want to marry, especially guys, because guys always look to that kind of ladies. Well, ladies can go anywhere to do anything, to do something, but coming here, you have to learn. And it's just like marry somebody from marry an Irish, you know, what do you call it, mixed marriage, what do you call it? Yeah? Interracial marriage. When you go into it, it's a lot of work. And you will eat potato in the morning. You will push buggy tire. Because that's the way they grow up. So you have to be learning, you know, the style system, all the things, and it's a marriage itself is a learning journey. It's a school. So going, you know, interracial, another school. Even if you understand your spouse, how about the family? And say, well, you are sending money to somebody in Nigeria. We say, which Nigeria? Sending money to who? This is our money, it's my money. Joe was in one delay. Wale Mao. Otibo Ibola. Otibo Ibola niye. O ma se ruku ni. But I've noticed that if our people, ladies, marry Oyinbo will be like, more enjoy life with me because you respect the care that you are going to give him will be like, Oyinbo will support you. But if it is a Obìnrin that marry our guys, you must sweat. Anyway, any other question? What time is it? Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask you just 2 questions. They're actually straightforward questions.
Yes.
The first one is a follow-up to the Bible verse you use, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. What's your take on a Christian getting married to a Muslim? The second question is a question Lolade actually asked sometime last week. What's your take on a guy marrying the ex of a friend's ex or something?
Your best friend ex.
Your best friend's ex, yeah.
Your best friend's ex.
That's not a straightforward question.
Because it's not a straightforward question.
Okay. Wow. You know, listen to this. Marry a Hindu or Buddhist or Islam or Muslim. There's something called worldview. You know what's called worldview? Your worldview is like your mentality, African mentality. You know, your understanding, your sense of reality, who God is, what is important in your life is different from what is important in their life as a Christian. For example, now, typical Yoruba person, your mentality is that you want to build a house, and I want to ramoto, but typical worldview of an Irish person is, I want to enjoy my life, go on holiday, you know, do this, you know, I do at least three times a year they have to go on holiday. Where Nigerians try to manage to go to on holiday one time in
What's a lifetime?
It's true. For a Yoruba person to go on a cruise once in a lifetime, you are okay, isn't it? But in this part of the world, you have to go like maybe once in a year or 2 years. So your worldview, your what is important to you is different. So when you marry somebody from other background, it's the beginning of trouble because it's a mismatch. Your worldview, your God is different from his God. Even Yoruba, our concept of God in Yoruba land is different from God of the Bible. Because our concept of God in Yoruba is a withdrawn person that has, you know, what you call it, small gods that is acting on his behalf. Whereas in Christianity, you go straight to God, isn't it? You don't have an intermediary. So your worldview is different. Oh, yeah, are you listening? So your worldview is different. So when you go into that, you are it's just like you are using, you need a spare part, you are getting the wrong spare part. It's a beginning disaster for a recipe for disaster. Then if you marry your ex, what do you call it?
Your best friend ex.
Your best friend's ex. Maybe you are the one that even scattered them initially. because maybe you are the one that entered to their middle and scattered it. The problem is that it forever be like Yoruba people. You know, somebody has used came here. No. Even if you don't know the person, it's okay, but you know the person that no. Maybe only so half eating bread, the bread has already been beaten. You know. And so yeah, take. No, I'm not.
Just a follow-up. Yeah. But in a situation where nothing happened.
I know nothing happened, but
nothing happened. Nothing.
I know nothing happened, but it's your ex. I don't want ex. I want to read one. This is be that, you know what? No matter anytime you talk, you are doing your anniversary, you will still be remembering that ex. That you got, this is a leftover, this is a person that your friend was dating before. Are you listening? Yes. Your mind will just be going there, and the mind is so sensitive that you may even be thinking they did something, and the lady can be even talk to you and say, you know what?
What else is your
right, you know, and you see, bring it up, and you be angry. Men are so jealous. We are very, you know, ladies can still forgive and just forget, but guys, jealousy. So I would suggest that you look other way. Look for something else. Look for somebody else. But and if you think that you're okay with that, I'm not okay with that, because when your friend, are you listening? Your friend can come and visit. Are you getting me? After you're married, can come and visit. But you know what? The chemistry is still there. That's why some grown people, they still hook up with their old girlfriend on the Facebook. Hey, mom, man, who say, you don't remember those days, you know, 1940, 1940, if you tell a story, and your real wife will be so angry. You meet me in the house. So, my manager, yes.
Mine is just a contribution. I just wanted
To say that love is a choice.
Yeah,
You
it
choose who you love. You know, if you base your love on feelings, then that's when you can say, oh, but we're really in love. But if you choose to love the person, then you're accepting for the fact that you don't care if there's someone else's ex or, and you're ready to move on. But because it's a choice, they're not the only person that is there. You can always go around and choose who you love. And once you choose someone, it means true thick and thin, you're with them.
Absolutely.
That's and then even when the love is being tested, you know because they'll stand. And it comes to when Ezekiel was saying that if you really love someone and you can't pray, that love will be tested at some point. And that's when you go and actually pray.
Yeah.
So it's a choice, it's not a feeling. So you need to be careful that is it a feeling that you want to just get to know the person or touch them or whatever, or are you actually choosing to love them?
Yeah. Thank you for that. And then also, it has a feeling too, feeling aspect of it. The feeling aspect of it is that you must be proud of the person you are going to get married to. No, you can't marry and just put her in the fish. Don't come out. Don't come out. Look, I don't want to. No. You can't come out with me. No. It must be, this is the. Others may see you differently, but to me, you are the, stand by me. By my side. You'll be singing that song. Okay? But, so feeling is like maybe 20% of it. And it's a choice, 100%. And also is that two things. The first thing, when you get somebody that you want to marry, think about the best and think about the worst. Now this person that you see that is so beautiful and this and that, there may be accident that she become blind. Or there are harm caught. Are you still going to love her with amputated arm? Think to the worst and think of the best, that this one is going to be a multi-millionaire and we're going to enjoy. You are doing when you come to that, you are trying like this now. That's why it's called for better, for worse. You think about the best and the worst, knowing that you are going there to take care of these ones forever. Don't be expecting too much from her. You are going to spend and take care of her for the rest of your life. If you go with that mind, you will not be disappointed. But if you are going because of he has a good job now, he's making 100 grand a year. How about if he lost, if he loses his job? So are you still going to love him? Are you going to love him? So don't look at it like that. If he goes to jail, will you still wait for him? Okay, you have to look at both sides. First of all, you are going there to go and take. What did you say?
He wants to ask questions.
This is probably going to be the last question. This is probably going to be the last question. Praise God. Praise God. Yeah, this is actually my last question. So, how can you handle a situation where you are trying to ask a lady out, right? Or you're trying to get to know a lady, right? But she's always building fences around her. Whereby, okay, where you send her a message, you get a one-line response. And you tend to call the person on phone. Doesn't pick calls, and you get something like you have to book appointment before you can speak with the person. So in that situation, how can you handle that kind of thing?
Well, one thing I think some of you remember this. Don't beg anybody to marry you. That's a bad language you said there.
He's not Irish. He's Irish.
Okay. Never beg somebody to marry you. If she is interested in you, she will respect you and value you for who you are. Are you getting me? And maybe because you didn't go straight to the point too. Tell her, lady, I love you. Listen to me. I want to go and pray about it. I think I'm interested in you. Because some people, they will just be beating around the bush. Hey, I'm on now. Can you come? Don't go on now. Can you come? Tell her, I love you. Do I look at you? I think I love you. I'm positive I love you, but I don't know whether you love me. Go and pray about it. Go and think about it. I'm not a baby. Listen, I'm not doing childish, hide and seek here. No. What I have, I better tell you, so you know what? Uncle, you don't know my age. I am just 14. Are you getting me? And with that, you know that it just, maybe she's just big in something. But she doesn't want you to go to jail. So she said, I'm 14. So you can change your prayer. Huh? So you go straight to the point. Or it depends on me tell you, I say, you know what? I can't talk to you. I can't do that. I can't talk to you about that now because I'm going out with somebody, I'm working on somebody, I'm praying with somebody that has shown interest in me. You can't just see me and just say, somebody's, I've been talking to somebody. Maybe then that is done, we can come together and talk, but as of now, I can't, So tell the truth, that's a part of it. You're tired of asking questions. Let us stand up.
Yes.
Praising the Lord.